Hi, my name is Brad Redding. I'm the Director of Instruction at the Resort Course of Grand Dunes in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. One of the fundamentals in golf is that I want to definitely stay in my posture. Some people confuse that by keeping their head down, but actually it's more of just staying in my posture. Meaning that when I establish my address, I want to stay in that angle the whole time during my golf swing, which means my shoulders would turn relatively 9 degrees relative to my spine. Well, when you look at that, if I stood tall like this and just turned, that'd be 9 degrees relative to my spine or my posture. This also would be 9 degrees relative to my spine and my posture. But I kind of look at that a different way. What you really want to do is maintain this angle between your thigh and your torso here. That angle needs to stay constant. So I don't want people to think about their shoulders, because when they think about trying to keep their shoulders turning more on the angle they set up on, they'll tend to work this way, which is not what we want. What we want to look at a little different way is maintain that angle between my thigh and my torso. So what I want them to do is actually work at it this way. I've got a shaft here with a swim noodle over it in the ground. I'm going to get about 1 hand length away from it, okay? And then on the way back, what I want to do is I want to move that hip and my rear end towards that. Now if I do that, that would keep me in that angle. Now I'm not talking about straighten up your knee this way at all. It's going to stay flexed, but I want it to move this way. And when I do that, you'll notice that when I do that, that actually I maintain that posture, so my butt's kind of gone towards that, and I've maintained that angle. It's even helpful if you kind of go beyond it. So if I stood to the side of it like this, about 1 hand length away, and swung it back to the top again, trying to move my rear end more that way, well, what that would do is help me feel that I've actually stayed more in my posture. Now my rear end's actually gone beyond that, okay? And that's kind of the sensation. To a lot of people, they feel like that they've gone down. Well, that may be the case. They feel like they're going down, but it's because they've been going up all their life, or going in and up all their life. And so their rear end has always moved this way, and they're standing out of the posture. And when you change your levels a lot like that, it's tough for you to find consistent impact with a golf ball. So again, the trick here is to get your left or right thigh and your torso to stay in that angle and you establish that address. And so my rear end, if it goes backwards, if I go backwards, I'd be staying more in that angle. And now, when I come down, I can stay on that angle on the way down much easier. It wouldn't be changing my level so much, because once you go up, you gotta go back down. And that's gonna be changing your angles. Too hard to do when you have a golf swing that works in about 1.5 seconds. So the drill there is real simple. Find you a shaft, put a swim noodle over it, okay? Get about 1 hand length away from it, and then try to take your rear end and put it back behind that on the way back, and that'll keep you in your posture for solid, consistent impacts every time. I know that'll get your game to stay on plane.